Hey there, it's Ben from Pattern Profits, and I wanted to cover the upper part of the newsletter. I'm getting a lot of questions regarding it, a lot of new traders. I'm thrilled that that's the case. So I'm going to do my best to answer some of the questions. Starting here with trend, this is all about price. Short term, think 8 EMA, 10 MA. Those are the short term moving averages I like to use and refer to. Where is price in relation to those? What direction are those headed? That's where this one comes from. Same thing over here, medium term, thinking along the lines 20 MA, 21 EMA, 23 EMA. We're right there with the medium trend. And then longer term, for me, this is more about trading and swing trading. This is referring more to the 50-day moving average, the 65 moving average. So that's basically how I look at trend. What direction are those moving averages moving, and where is price in relation to them? We come down to the market pulse. That's pretty much self-explanatory. The distribution count, that's how many days we've seen in the red, more than 0.2% on greater than volume than the day before. So this count, very important to tell us whether stocks are being accumulated or distributed. Then the cycle count, I'll do a separate video on this that's a little more detailed. Basically, think this as a sine wave going up and down every 40 days. 20 days being the half cycle, that would be the top and the peak, and then back down at day 40, that would be the bottom. That's kind of right where we're at right now, and that's why I said daily cycle low is in progress. Market exposure, I'm going to explain this further. This is kind of my gas pedal from a 0 to 8 scale. Right now, that's rather light at 3. That means a larger cash position, a little lighter on the gas. How I determine this number is going through some of these indicators. We've discussed put-call ratio. We like to see this high near the bottoms, closer to 1.0 or above, even better. This, we get a little bit cautious here with complacency, but that one doesn't really have an effect on this number, the number 3 here, as does trend that we covered up here. And then getting into these new high, new lows, we like to see this line trending up. It's currently down, so that doesn't add to me, doesn't add anything to this market exposure rating. Coming down to aggregate of breadth, the same thing. Aggregate breadth, we like to see that rising. It's coming down. We had a nice little run. Basically, when this is rising, the wind is in your sails. When this is declining, it acts as a headwind. So the direction of this also helps and plays a role in how I'm pushing on that gas pedal. If we come down a little further with overbought, oversold, we like to see this get down into this range of oversold and then turn and becoming back up like we saw right here and like we saw right here. When that's the case, that again gives me a bump up on that market exposure number and gets me on the gas pedal a little more. Same thing here. Growth versus value, when this line is up and rising and trending, like you see here, wind is in the sails. Same thing here. When it's declining, acts as kind of a headwind. The direction of this, again, helps me determine that number up top right here. So when this number 3 or less, heavier cash position, 4 or 5, really judging more by how my positions are acting. Maybe if I'm stopped out 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row, I'm backing off. On the other hand, if positions are working and I'm making progress, maybe I'm still trying some more. As this gets up into that 6, 7, 8 range, that's usually when I'm trying to take all my signals. I'm really pushing on the gas, maybe even getting into margin a little bit. But I hope that clarifies things. This is kind of my checklist that I use daily for how I'm going to approach the market and the sessions going forward. I will do a separate video to cover the focus list, the scanners, the options activity, and the setups. I'll do a separate video to cover that. Hope this helps. You guys, you new traders, I'm thrilled that you're asking the questions. keep them coming. I'm going to keep doing my best to make it all make sense for you guys and turn as many of you as I can into great traders. Thank you.